Watch my mama tell my daddy, you ain't shit, nigga. All you got is money.
I recorded a song called In the Kitchen. The song In the Kitchen is basically, it's like a, kind of like a concept song, basically about a child who, all he knows is he's never actually ate a meal out the kitchen. All he's actually seen was his father in the kitchen, and he's never known what his father is doing. You know he's cooking something, but it's not food, you know? So the times that his father's in the kitchen, his father is actually making drugs to sell, because that's the only way that he knows to support his family. So that actual song's about this kid who watches his father, and his father actually falls victim to the streets, and the kid transitions to become his father, knowing what's right and wrong, but based with the opportunity he has, that's the only option he got. And he takes on his father's roles to take care of his mother and his family, and that's basically what that song In the Kitchen is about.
Paranoid, so my shooter just shot us, ain't worried about your Hakuna Matata. No, I ain't talking about corner, going down 95 way.
Fame basically stands for fuck all my enemies, but an enemy is not just a particular person, right? Fame, you know what I'm saying, that enemy can stand for any obstacle you have that stop you from getting where you want to be. Anything, any financial downfall, any friend that you thought was your friend that's not your friend, any job that fired you, you know, like it's basically you sticking your tongue out to them who never believed in you. It's whoever doesn't want to see you succeed.
Bitch, I've been ballin' since Jordan has fallen, and Phil made that call for that pass with the Pippin, no pass, no lip.
Well, the few times I've performed live, I've had positive feedback. I haven't had negative feedback. I've witnessed negative feedback, so that's what's kind of like, that's scaring me. Once I start the performance, it goes away. I used to wrestle like in middle school, and I kind of get that same feeling. It's like once you get out there on the mat, all the flutter butterflies go away, so it's the same thing. Once I start, you don't really see much. It's kind of like a blur. You're just really in your own world. So.
In the kitchen, in the kitchen, in the kitchen. Ooh.
There's always naysayers. I mean, it's too difficult. How can you do it? I mean, you don't have a following right now. How are you gonna get your following? I always keep that stuff in the back of my mind, and I use that for motivational tools. And you know what I'm saying? And I always am adding to my formula to success.
It's only one part I gotta get. I got it though. We got it this time.
Yes, my family's supportive of me. But at the same time, with my mother, she's supportive of me with whatever I want to do. Music just so happens to be where I want to be successful in. I mean, just to be able to raise someone like me, I would think you have to be pretty tough. I think that I was pretty hard on her just coming up, getting into trouble and things like that. But I think the fact that me not having my biological father in my life, she really took on that role and gave me the guidance I needed to do what I needed to do to get ahead.
Could you tell me about your father?
No, I don't know much to tell you, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he just never was around. I think I remember like I was maybe 5 and we called him, and like I was trying to talk to him like he was my dad because I was a kid, you know. But there was like some disconnect there. Like I didn't feel what he wasn't reciprocating my energy, I guess. So my mother had took the phone and they was kind of like talking, and I can kind of hear him saying, it was saying something about like, you know, a test or that ain't my kid, you know what I'm saying? Something like to those degrees. And I think I start crying. Then me and my mom had talked, and like she basically reassured me that I'm all she needed. I guess unconsciously I always wanted for that male guidance, you know what I'm saying? But I never felt like a dire need for it because I always had my mother. Well, my daughter's 8. Her name is Shania. She stays in Kansas City. I was 18 when she was born. I just finished high school, and she was born August 24th. Ah, man, it was humbling. I guess it was, it just opened my eyes to, I mean, like a new level of responsibility that I had never even I wasn't ready for. I mean, I think the biggest impact it had on me is just putting other people before me and taking care of my responsibilities and just doing what's important. Being from her background, being an African-American woman, she's gonna have a lot of obstacles thrown her way off top. So I wanna put her in a position where, at least financially, she doesn't have to worry about that. Any other obstacles that's gonna come, that's just gonna be with life, but I do wanna do what I can as far as finances, so.
I told her bust it like a school kid. Funny, I'm a hot boy.
My major is sociology. Well, I've always had an ambition on working with children. At one point in my life, I wanted to be a cop and kind of work in that field, but I feel like with sociology, I'll be able to actually change a child's lives and just help them get on the right track if they're coming from a bad background. I mean, regardless, I just want to help work with kids.
Pass me no liquor. Pass me that Kobe, my nigga. That's 2 fours. I'm throw like a pitcher. Brought a portable pole and hit with it. That bitch, she got straight down the bit. For that money, niggas leave where you stand. For that money, got you turning on your man. I don't know why these niggas keep thinking this money won't turn they bitch to a dancer.
Maybe the 6th or 7th grade, I met this kid named TJ. He was a year older than me. Badass kid or whatever, and we kind of clicked up, and rapping was kind of like his hobby, and he had this little tape recorder, and we would take this tape recorder and use like old beats from old music, and we would rap on the tape recorder, and it kind of sounded cool, like it was like the worst quality, but we could take that and listen back to our stuff that we wrote and like really listen to that and really be like, wow, like that doesn't sound too bad for a bunch of 11-year-olds. So I think that was the first time I actually had a passion for actually making music myself. But as far as taking it personal, I didn't do that until I was probably about 17 or 18.
Shorty say I'm rolling through the curbs too much. My name get around, she done hurt too much. Tell them lame niggas they can hold these nuts. If I owe you, pay on a 33rd each month.
What made me take it more seriously was when I started writing with my friend Farrakhan. It probably went from us being associates to us probably being best friends overnight. It was like, I remember the first time he spent the night at my house. It was like, he was in the 8th grade. I was my freshman year. Yeah, my freshman year, he spent the night at my house when I stayed on Western in Montesano. And it was like, it seemed like every day after that, we was like together, almost inseparable. He had actually wrote a song and recorded it, and if I'm not mistaken, I think it's called Send It Up. I think that was the first song he wrote and recorded with his sister, Lil Wade. And once he brought that back to me and I kind of like listened to that and heard it, you know, I liked it, you know what I'm saying? Just from a consumer's point of view, I actually liked the music, you know what I'm saying? But me having that hidden passion myself, I always wanted to be that one to produce music as well. So we was in the basement one time at his house, and I kind of like, man, you should let me get on something, like I could write too, you know, and I let him hear something, and he was like, that ain't too bad. He was the first person that gave me that positive motivation to take it serious, like I should really get into a studio and really record a song. And not too long after that was the first time I recorded a song. It was a hotel party we had went to. a guy had tried to rob us outside of the hotel, and it was pretty much a robbery that went wrong. That instant when I saw him shooting towards me, it was automatically a feeling of, there's no way I'm about to get shot right now. Once I turned and started running, I heard 3 shots go one way, and I heard 3 shots come my way. One hit me, and my friend was driving the car and getting shot, and he had drove through the hotel and shot him in the head and shot me in the back while I was running. When I did get shot, it was like, it didn't feel like anything entered my body. It just felt like I got punched, I guess, maybe punched, or the impact of the bullet was so fast that you can't, I guess you don't really feel what's happening. You know, it's actually ripping through skin and muscle and all type of stuff, but you don't actually feel that. So I felt like more of a punch. Damn, I can't believe he shot me. Like, I watched too much TV to get shot. Like, how did I get shot? So I started losing breath, and that's when I can taste blood in my mouth. That's when my breath started getting short, and that's when like reality set in. Like, shit, I probably got a couple minutes before I die. Like, seriously. And then I started running, and then I was running through a field, and I fell, and for like a split second, literally probably a split second, I felt like everything flashed, and I was just like, damn, I might just stay here in this little field, like right here. The main few things that happened when my life flashed before my eyes was like my daughter, my mother, you know what I'm saying, my brother, my sister, all my immediate family, my girlfriend. It was just all that, almost in like 1 second of just thought, all that went through my head, and just the fact that I'm not gonna be able to accomplish anything. Like I'm gonna be gone today, and I know time is gonna go on, and it was just all that thinking. That's just right there. I guess those are the main thoughts that went through my head. That I was literally about to die, and I'm not gonna be able to do anything for the people I love.
Too much. Too much. Up and
Picture me rolling.
Wanna mention.
I'm so high.
And then something just told me, like, hell no. If I'm about to die, I'm gonna die in the middle of Washington Road where everybody can fucking see me. So that was my plan of getting saved or whatever was about to happen to me. So when I did pull myself off the ground and start running, I could feel the blood coming down my back. And that's when it was like, it was real cold coming down my back. And I was like, God damn, that's blood. Like, I'm really shot. So my first order of business was trying to stop somebody, wave somebody down. And I tried to do that with several cars. And I think that initial feeling of a car, seeing somebody need help and to like drive past them was like the worst feeling. One of the worst feelings I've ever felt. Like, damn, like you literally gonna like not help me? Luckily, an ambulance was coming down the street to an unrelated event, not even to respond to what just happened to my friend, but they were coming to an unrelated event. And when I stopped the ambulance, like I literally stopped the ambulance in the middle of the street, and like, hey, I've been shot. He opens the back of the ambulance. Hey man, we're full back here, man. You can't get in. I'm like, dude, I got a fucking bullet hole in the back of me, like there's blood, like I'm about to fucking die. Scoot her over, let me sit right here. Anyway, just took me back for a minute because that bothered me. So I get in there, and they take me to the wrong hospital at first, and we get to the hospital, and the doctor's just basically like, we don't have sufficient enough to take care of this bullet shot, like, you should have called us first. They have to take me to the main hospital, and that took about 30, 45 minutes additional time for me to get to the main hospital and get worked on. And that's when I actually found out that my friend had been shot. And he was like literally 2 rooms down from me, and about 2 or 3 rooms down from me, and they wouldn't tell me what was going on over there. At first, I just thought he was shot. They never told me anything until later on that night, you know what I'm saying, about him actually passing. I got a gunshot wound. It's like maybe a 1/4 inch away from my spine, and then I got an exit wound under my armpit. So it like came in, bounced off my ribs, and then was sitting here for like a week before the doctor removed it. His passing affected me. It definitely made me more secluded as to who I hung out with. As far as security reasons, I kind of wanted to lock down the friends I did have and really cherish the people that mean the most to you. It's affected my music because I kind of felt like before his passing, like we were gonna go like on like a mission as far as, you know, getting recognized, and that's something we were gonna tackle together. So when he died, it's kind of like, I feel like it's unfinished business. Like, I feel like as a friend, it's almost wrong of me to not do what I can for me to become the best I can for us. He was the only person that was telling me I can do this and do that. So I know when I do make it, it's only gonna be that much sweeter, because like I really had a reason to do it. So hold on, because he was telling me I was gonna get emotional, and now I am. My bad. When I hear people like, man, Fee thought you was like, you know, the truth. He thought you was nice. He thought you was this and that. It's like, it really makes me feel a certain way, because, you know, I don't hear that every day. I mean, just how nice I was as far as how he thought my music was, you know what I'm saying? And it's, as far as music, local artists goes, I mean, there was only like, he was probably the only local artist that I would be like, oh, hey, I ain't got nobody to throw it on. I'll throw him on there because I couldn't go wrong with it. And to know like that certain aspects, that's how he felt about me. You know, he felt the same way. You know, it makes me feel a little more confident, you know what I'm saying, on my journey.
Drinking a drain, double the cup of nigga, watch me lane. I love drugs, and she love me. Told her I gotta go, girl. She said, take me higher, higher. Let's get higher, higher. Take me higher, higher. Let's get higher.
My ultimate goal would be to be remembered, I guess. To make it in more ways than just getting money, you know what I'm saying, financial success. I really want people to remember my music. I want it to inspire other kids or any other man that has a dream and think that it's not achievable because they don't have the means to get to it, or they don't have the money to do it, or they just lack the motivation. I mean, I feel like it's about doing. So I guess my end all, my dream is like to get that message out there. Like, you can do whatever you want to do.
pocket and make a deposit. Only withdrawing you niggas that got it. Paranoid, so my shooters just silence. Ain't worried about your Hakuna Matata. Kill my little nigga, I promise you pop it. Let off these rounds, bitch, we are not boxing. And when I am talking about soda, no, I'm not talking about cola.